Hello everyone, IndieBro Productions here with the first episode of Building 5's Death from Season 6, Episode 4 of the Clone Wars Named Orders. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Before we get into the video, it'd be highly appreciated if you were to like the video as well as subscribe if you are new to the channel, because it would help me out a ton and it'll allow me to get more of these videos out. So let's get right into the video. So this is the first little section of the MOC. Now it's primarily going to be built into 3 different sections because I want to finish this MOC by September the 30th, so that's my plan. Now for this build itself, this is kind of like where Fives dies in this kind of section over here with kind of like the ray shield, and then this is kind of where like Fox comes in and the security guards, and they kind of come and shoot down Fives, and then this is kind of like where he dies, and then everyone circles around him. But there's a few key details that I wanted to kind of show you guys just for like design elements. Now I do have these Technic pin pieces right here, just because if I want to add another section of the MOC right here, I probably will do that in the future, hopefully in a future episode, but we'll just have to wait and see how time goes. But I have this nice alternating detail that's using basically 1x6 tiles, then a 1x4, then a 1x6, and then a 1x8, 1x8, and then that kind of just continues down. You can see it all over here as well. Then this whole section right here, it's very complicated, but it's a simple detail, but it's just really complicated. This alone took me like 10 to 15 minutes just to build, but it's basically taking Chi-slopes and 1x1 tiles and then kind of like alternating it in this fashion to kind of create this stripped pattern, and you can get that same pattern from just Lego stickers and pieces like this, but I think it looks much better compared to what I could have gotten with this. You can see that the stripes are a little bit bigger and it just looks a little bit more detailed, because it definitely adds a level of complexity to this MOC, and I think it came out pretty well. Now this is definitely an illegal building technique because this whole section right here as well as each of these sections were built separately, but they're definitely putting a lot of stress on the bricks, so that's just something to be wary of if you want to try this technique out for yourself, but I would definitely recommend it. Now moving on to this little section, just kind of like a little platform area, nothing special like this section, but then we also have some little flooring missing right here, and that's because I'm planning to connect kind of like a wall piece over here to kind of add a backdrop to this MOC. But moving on to kind of where Fives dies, you can see his pistol that he drops, and then the other pistol up here, and these are both Rex's kind of blasters that he puts down on this little table whenever he says lower your weapons. So that's really neat. And then we of course have 2 little studs right here, which I'll go into a little bit more detail after. But we also have this large platform section, which is just lowered by 1, and it's just to add a little bit more detail. Then we also have these nice corner tiles, which definitely add a great level of detail. And then of course the black border, which is raised by 1. Now we could take our Rex minifigure and just pop his helmet off right there. Then you can like lay him down right there. Then take Fives and you can have him kind of like tilt his head, and then he'll kind of be like right there next to Fives whenever he's dying. So I thought that was pretty neat, and you can kind of see to recreate that scene. And then you kind of have like Anakin standing in the back, and I think that looks very well. Now future plans, I plan to build some kind of wall up here and then some kind of beam system with these types of beams right here. Now I plan to have these kind of at like the top for like support structures, and that's kind of where like the what's it called, the ray shield is going to be suspended from. So yes, I do plan to have one of those in here. I'm going to try and figure that out before the next week, but we'll have to see how that goes. And this will kind of just be positioned up here. It'll be taller, but just to kind of get you guys to visualize it a little bit better, it'll be kind of around this height, and basically we'll just have like a little beam emitter right here, and then we'll also just have like a little walkway portion coming off of this, and I think it'll look pretty decent in the end. And that'll kind of just be like up here again. But one thing that I've kind of been messing around with is crate designs. Now this one has taken me probably around like 30 to 40 minutes to design. It's definitely detail heavy, so it's 3 wide by 8. So that's just a little bit of information about this guy. Now you can see that it's all tiled off, so no studs showing at all. it's all snot. You can have it like this, but it's just like a nice little crate design. And the little coloring in here, how I got that is a lot of snot techniques. So I use these little bucket handle pieces like this, and I'll just show you for reference. If you take a piece like this, and then you take another like plate, you can actually attach it on like that, and it'll stay. You can see it kind of gives like that double stud, and it's pretty sturdy, which is nice. And then you can easily remove this by just pulling up on one of the little side pieces like that. But I use that in this design, where basically this half is separate, and also that all of these little cheese slopes in here are snot, so they're kind of just slid onto the side, kind of like the same way how I did with this, but they're just kind of like wedged in there. And then there's a bunch of 1x1 tiles, which kind of all help it fit together, and I think that came out really well. And then I'll kind of just have like this crate laying around. You can obviously have it like right here or in the back, but that's pretty much the plans for this MOC. Let me know what you guys think about it overall, like for the first week, and let me know if you have any ideas for this MOC in the future. I'd be happy to hear. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, because it would really help me out. Thank you guys for watching. Indie Brick Productions is out, and may the brick be with you.